Well, so as promised, I've made this short video to support the worksheet that I've sent out to you today. And it's basically just a reminder of how you deal with standard form and standard form calculations. So here we go. So standard forms used to represent very large or very small numbers. And this is how it appears. And this number here is going to be a number between 1 and 10, has to be a number between 1 and 10. And this is just going to be a power, which I always think of as the number of jumps. And I'll explain that more in a second. So first example, write 634,000 in standard form. So we look at all the digits, and the numerical ones, 6, 3 and 4, need using to make a number between 1 and 10. And to do that very easy, 6.34 is a number between 1 and 10. So then, because it's the form that we have to use, we write 10 times 10 to the, and the power in this particular example is going to be 5, because if the decimal was after the 6 there, it would then take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps to get to achieving that original number. A couple more examples just to make sure you've absolutely got it is if we take this number here, 700,000, and write it in standard form. 7 is the number between 1 and 10 that we need to use, times 10 to the power 5 again, because 7.0, would see the decimal being there, and it would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps to get to the end. This one's a very small number, and we're going to start by taking the digit 5, which is between 1 and 10. We need to put times 10, and then we need to think about the power. Now, the decimal at the moment, if we've chosen the number 5, is here at the right-hand side of the 5. And it should be there to achieve this number. So we would have to go left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps. And left 5 is written as -5 on the power. So if we take this one, our number between 1 and 10 is going to be 1.06, then times 10 to the, and that's where the decimal currently is if we're using 1.06, and we'd have to go 1, 2, 3 to the left to achieve the number we actually want, so -3 would be the power. So thinking about this final example, definitely going to be 2 times 10, and it'll be to the -1. It would need to go one place to the left to get 0.2. Moving on to this slide, you can be asked to rewrite numbers in standard form that have been attempted to be put in standard form but failed because, for example, this first one here, 65, is too big a number. It has to be between 1 and 10. So we're just going to make an alteration. So the answer to this, the actual answer, if we just go over here, is 6.5 times 10 to the 3. And because we have divided 65 by 10 to get 6.5, we have to raise the power by 1 and make it cubed. And if you're not sure why, you might need this middle step of thinking what is 65 times 100 in this case, 10 squared. That's 6,500. And then putting 6,500 into standard form in the simple way that we did before. So it's up to you if you're going to need 2 steps, or if you think you can manage just the 1 step, brilliant, 1 step. So this one here, that's too big again. So 3.21 times 10 to the 5, because we've divided 321 by 100 to get 3.21, we'll have to increase the power by 2. That's where the 5 comes from. If you need the middle stage, you can see that that is the number that we're after. And we're going to write it in standard form, just using that if you need to achieve this. So this last one, again, this is not correct. In this case, it's too small. It needs to be between 1 and 10, and this is less than 1. So instead of 0.62, we're going to make it 6.2. I'll come over this one. And then it'll be times 10 to the 3. This is just the middle part that you might find useful. And because we have multiplied 0.62 by 10, we're going to have to decrease the power by 1. And then all that's left to take you through then is multiplying and dividing, and I've just got 2 examples of each, and then you should be able to do the sheet I've sent through for you. So multiplying, it's just going to be 4 times 2, which is 8, and 10 to the 2 times 10 to the 4, which is 10 to the 6, because with powers, when you're multiplying, you would check to see if this is in standard form, perfect standard form, which it is, so that is the answer. This one here, 3.5 times 4 is 14. Add the powers and you get 3, so 14 times 10 to the 3. But that isn't in perfect standard form, it needs rewriting like I showed you on the slide before. And therefore we would rewrite that and make 1.4 times 10 to the 4. So that's multiplying. And finally dividing. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and the powers get subtracted when we're dividing. So we end up there with 4 times 10 to the 3, and that's perfect. With this one, because we're doing 5 divided by 10, which is 0.5, and then 4 take minus 2, which is positive 6, we end up with 0.5 times 10 to the 6. That's not correct yet, needs a tweak, 5 times 10 to the 5. So have a go at this, put your answers on your answer sheet, take a picture and send it to my email please. Thank you, bye.